Okay, today I have 3 bikes over here that I'm going to show you what to take off. Most of it's going to be metal, but there is aluminum in there. You can decide whether you want to take it off and to get the extra money for it, or just take the bike as is. Alright guys, first up is the Schwinn bike, or Schwinn bike. Most of this is metal. As you can tell, magnets are good. Alright, right here, your brake levers, they are aluminum. Also, your brakes are aluminum. They do have some metal in them, so it just depends on if you want to take them off. I do, and take them apart. Sometimes you have to drill out some holes to get some of the metal out of them. Also, the back brakes are aluminum. The seat is usually metal, but the post sometimes is aluminum, and this one happens to be. The other thing I want to say is the pedals, or the cranks to the pedals right here, they are aluminum also, and you can actually cut them off with a cutting wheel. So now let's move on to the next one. It's basically going to be about the same process. This one is a Fuji. If I can get it in frame here, you have aluminum on your brakes. These water bottle holders are aluminum. You've got aluminum brakes on both ends. This also has a seat that is aluminum, and the cranks are also aluminum too. One other thing is the tires on your higher end bikes are going to be aluminum, and this one happens to be aluminum. Now what you'll have to do is you'll have to cut the steel out, and of course discard the tire itself, but this is aluminum. So we'll move on to the next one that I have here. See if it's in frame. Okay, try to get it in frame. Alright, anyway, right here, this is goes to the seat. It is also aluminum on this giant bike, and this is aluminum. Also, your cranks are aluminum here, and then of course your brakes are going to be aluminum. You can see it's going to be a little bit of aluminum. The brakes here are aluminum also. But one other thing is, on this bike, the part of the handlebar, this part right here, is aluminum, and the rest of it is metal. So you can take that apart too, and then you'll have your metal and your aluminum separated. Alright, that's all I have to show you on all the 3 bikes, of the aluminum and the metal, or the steel. And you can decide either way if it's worth your time to take it apart, or if it's not, then you just take it to the recycle yard and dispose of it and get the steel price for it. Okay guys, for this demonstration, I've already loosened some of the hex bolts on there for the brakes and the brake levers. We use the L-hex wrenches, as you can see, and I decided to pick the Schwinn as the one that I'm going to demonstrate on how to take the pieces apart. Okay guys, I'm going to do the front brakes now. It's pretty easy. You want to pull this close to you. Let's see. And unscrew here. Also, pulling it to you can dislodge this piece. Should be able to. Normally it does. Unless you're on film, of course, doing it. There we go. came off. Now everything should be free. You should be able to just take them straight apart. Okay, there's one. And there's two. Okay guys, we're going to disassemble the back brakes now, or the rear brakes. Same procedure, usually pull them together. There's usually a cable that comes across here, but it's already broken off. So you just want to dislodge this piece, and do the same process of what you did on the front brakes. And there you have it. Both pieces are now off. To take off the rest of your steel pieces and take the rest for aluminum. Okay, the next thing we're going to take off is the seat. You have this little thing right here. Some of it has a little bit of aluminum on it, some of it is metal. So you can do what you want to do with this. It may take a little time to get this piece off. I just throw this in with my metal because it just takes too much time to cut this stuff off, and it just goes as steel. Also, after you do that, you can just pull this thing right on off. And what you'll do here is you'll take this off, and then you'll take the seat off because it's metal also. But this whole frame here, all the way up here, is aluminum, and that'll go in your aluminum pile. Alright guys, the next thing on here is the brake levers themselves. This one happens to be broken off already, but I just come in here with a pair of pliers, cut this stuff off, and there you have it on that. For these particular ones, I've already unscrewed it enough so I can take the bolts off. And now comes the fun part. I use a cutter just to cut straight here, and both pieces come off instead of fighting to get these grips off. I don't have time for that. I'm just going to cut it and go whoosh, whoosh, and it's going to be gone. It's going to fall off. And all this is aluminum on both ends, except for, of course, your nuts and bolts, a little bit of steel on it. You can take that apart and throw it in your steel bucket or what have you, and the rest will be aluminum. Okay, I'm going to cut these pieces off, one here and one here. Make sure you use your eye protection and your gloves for this if you're going to use one of these cutting tools. So here we go. Now the second one. And of course, that's how it's done. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention is these kickstands here. They're also aluminum too, and they're fastened on by a hex bolt also. So I loosened it up a little bit, and then there it is. It comes off pretty easily. And what you can do is you can cut straight through here, get this piece right here off, and then take the little rubber piece off, and it'll be all aluminum from there on out. Okay guys, we're going to get these cranks off now. And what I'm going to do, or I'm going to attempt to do, is cut this side and then cut on this side, and this should come off, and the other side should fall off too. Okay, normally these things come straight off, but it looks like we're having a little bit of difficulty getting this part off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut, for time purposes, just cut this piece off right here and take what I can of it. So there you have it. I got the majority of it off. This one apparently isn't exactly like the other ones that I've had in the past, so this doesn't cut all the way off very well. So to kill the time it takes for me to take this part off, I'm just going to cut this part off and be left with what's left is right here. And then later on I'll put it on a vise, cut this piece off, and this will go as steel, and this will be aluminum. Now let's do the other side. Alright guys, sorry about the mishap on the first one cutting and it getting off screen, but before I start, I'll show you. I'm going to cut right across here again, and then this is going to fall off. And what I was talking about is this pedal right here. I will cut a piece right here and then cut a piece like right here. It'll fall away, and then this part will go as steel, and then the rest of it will be aluminum. So let's go ahead and get started and cut this one. Alright, there you have it. Like I said, I will cut a piece right here, cut a piece right here. This part will fall away, this will fall off, and then you'll have two pieces of aluminum, a small piece, large piece, and then this will go in the steel pile. Okay guys, that's the end of my video about getting the aluminum off a steel bike. If you like my video, please like it. Please give me some comments and everything, and don't forget to subscribe down there at the bottom. I really would appreciate it, and thanks for watching.